Ann Sanders. I'm from McCrory, Arkansas. We moved to California and we moved into a 102-year-old home. And our kids would come home from school saying, "Mom, everyone says our house is haunted." And I'm thinking, well, this is a nice house. I'll plant flowers. I'll make it look less haunted. I mean, it did look big, you know, 2-story with an attic and everything. It did seem kind of haunted looking. And I thought they were making a statement about the appearance of the house, but no, they really meant that it has a reputation for being haunted. We were there a short time, and my daughter was 6 years old when we first moved in. One day, my friends and I are out at a patio and the kids are playing, and Becky comes out of the house screaming, and she said, "There's a man upstairs." So we're panicking, like, why is there a man in the house? You know, Jim's at work and we're just chilling out here, and there's a guy upstairs. So my female friends and I, we go running up the stairs and looking through the house, and we grab a butcher knife and we search the whole house. There's nobody upstairs. And one of her friends had gone to the front door to watch the front door to see if she could get a view of him when he ran out, if he did. No one came out. And we realized the windows were all painted shut. Nobody could go out a window. There was nobody there. But she saw him enough to be freaked out and screaming, and she wanted to move. She described him in detail. He was a tall, husky guy in a plaid shirt with a beard and a mustache, dark hair, dark beard. He breathed heavily, she said. He made a noise when he breathed, like he had a lung problem, emphysema or something. He was a bit hunched. She pretty much jeans and heavy work boots, kind of a lumberjack looking guy. And I never saw him, but I was sewing upstairs. She saw him upstairs. I was sewing upstairs one day, and I felt someone breathing behind me, and I'm not thinking about that story. I didn't remember it immediately. And I grabbed the scissors and stood up and turned around and I said, "Get out of here, leave me alone." And I felt real stupid because there's nobody there. But it was like sensing him more than hearing or seeing. And I thought, oh, that's that guy that my daughter saw. There's something related to that, I believe, and it goes with the stories that the house was haunted. My husband was going to put in a new medicine cabinet in the bathroom, and he pulls the old one out and he says, "Oh my God, look at this." And I go, "What?" And he takes his pocket knife and rips the plastic. He had touched it. He ripped the plastic and he put his arm through, and he says, there's a room back there." I didn't know there was a room. Anyway, he gets a flashlight and actually put one of the kids through the hole, and I'm yelling, "No, don't put one of the kids in there." He says, "Well, we won't fit." Anyway, he pulls the kid back out, and they said, "Yeah, I looked around, there's a walk-in closet size room there." So, a curious person that he is, he goes and gets the skill saw, and he looks at the door, knocks on it. He says, "There used to be a doorway right here." So he takes the saw and he cuts around it, and the sheetrock goes kaboom on the floor, and there's the space. And we walk into it, and in the middle of the floor there's a folded newspaper and a silver cross on top of it. And here again, you know, you don't get to, it's not like in the movies. You know, you think, oh, the newspaper will tell why the silver cross is there. Couldn't find anything, old recipes, and just normal news, normal. No one died, there wasn't anything of significance that would give that cross some meaning. But the cross did kind of spook us a little bit. So after we did that, then we started getting hauntings. And it was as if someone had sealed them away and we opened it. I don't know, it's hard for me to make sense of that, but that's what it seemed like. So we left the cross in the room. Eventually we just left it in there, like maybe there's some reason someone put it there very deliberately. Everything was swept clean, neat, and nice, except that in the center of the floor. Hard to know what was in someone's mind when they did that.
Thank you.
some of the other things that happened were I heard a chain falling off a dresser, the clink, 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 clunk kind of noise. And I look in the room where I hear the sound. I'm home alone during the day. At this point, I worked part-time. Kids are at school, Jim's at school, and I had some time at home alone. And there's nothing there to have made that noise. So thinking, well, it's a two-story house and it's old, maybe settling, it's creaking. This is earthquake country. I rationalize it as maybe just a settling noise. But then other things happened. Jim and I were having breakfast one day, Saturday morning. We were up early, and our daughter was 12, 13 years old, and she's always wanting to change her room around, move her furniture and things around. So we're sitting there, sipping our coffee, and we hear. He says, "What on earth is she doing up there?" Now, to this point, Jim didn't believe the house was haunted, because it'd been, when I'm alone in the daytimes, that mostly I would hear things, and he didn't. He said, "It's just an old house, it's normal noises." He didn't believe it was haunted. So he said, "What on earth is she doing up there?" And I said, "I don't know." He said, "She's too petite to be moving that furniture by herself. She's going to hurt herself. Go tell her to stop. When I finish my coffee, I'll come up and help her rearrange her room." Okay, so I go up the stairs, knock on the door. "Becky," no answer. "Becky." So I open the door, and the lights are off, and she's in bed, sound asleep, huddled up in her blankets. And then I remembered the floor is carpeted. That was the sound of a hardwood floor with heavy furniture dragging across it. Carpeting, you wouldn't make that sound anyway. So I go back down, and he said, "Thanks. It sounds like she stopped." And what'd she say? What's she doing? And I said, "She's sleeping." And he said, "Well, then what was making the noise?" And I said, "You know what? I want you to tell me what was making the noise, because she's in bed asleep, and we heard furniture moving." And he thinks a minute, and he says, "Ghost. It was ghost." And I said, "What? That's the best explanation I could come up with. I don't know. There's nothing going on up there. Nothing to make that noise." There was, and as time passed, we were there several years. The boys would hear things and say, "Mom, the house is haunted. I hear it too. I think I saw something," or whatever. Then as time passed, the kids grew up. They went to college, got married, and Becky had her little car, and she would come home any time of the day or night, and we were always happy to see her. And then one particular night, Jim and I are watching TV, and it's our show. We're all sitting on the sofa, and just normal day, and we hear the door open. The back door opens, and we don't really have a view of it from where we were sitting, but we hear thump, 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 and then up the stairs, thump, 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 and the sound, you could hear it going up the stairs, and then the door, boom, the door shuts, and Jim says, "Wow, she didn't even say hi. What's upsetting her?" And I said, "I don't know, but I need to go talk to her. I'll get back to you." And so I ran up the stairs, and the door shut, and I knock on the door. "Becky, come out. What's the matter?" And again, no answer. I open the door, and room's dark. Nobody's in there. Nobody's there. So I come back downstairs, and I see she's not up there. And he said, "Well, where is she?" And I said, "Well, she's not upstairs." And I go to the back door to see if her car's there, and the back door's locked from the inside. So it couldn't have opened. But we both heard the door open and a person run up the stairs and go into her bedroom and slam the door. And it's not like her, so it was kind of surprising that, it's not like her to not say something when she comes home. So we were kind of surprised from the get-go, but then when she wasn't there, it was really confusing.